In this quick video, let's take a look at some more motion presets and animate quite a few, 3 or more little vectors that we'll put on the stage. Here we've got a bounce in, and all these are 3D effects. One flies in and flies out, and the other just comes in and disappears. So let's get started. Let me start from scratch with here. If I say File New, and I'm choosing Action Script 3.0, and I left the default size of 550 by 400 and 24 frames a second. So let's just make 3 separate little flash double vector objects here. I'm just going to leave this wide stroke, and we'll choose a variety of fills here. But I need to do a couple of things to each of these objects. First, I want to group the fill and the stroke together by selecting it with the selection tool and hitting Control G. And notice how this changed to that box. And then hit F8 to create a symbol. And we'll leave it as symbol 1. And remember, we need to create symbols in order to create animations. It's going to be a movie clip symbol, so I'll say OK to that. I'm just going to use one layer and see how this works. Let's take the oval tool, and I'll even set it outside of the frame here. Click and drag, and let's select the fill and change the color here, something else. And then select around both of them, Control G, and then F8 to make it a symbol, number 2. Okay. Grab the rectangle tool. Maybe I'll start outside of the frame this way. Once again, I select the inside, change the color, group them together by selecting them both, Control G, and then turn it into a symbol with F8, and symbol number 3. Great. So let's take this and move it to the side of the stage and apply. Let me close this so I can show you where this is again. I go into Window, and just like in the Star Wars crawl, we're using a motion preset. So I go to Motion Presets, and it brings out the standard library, which is built into the program. I think I'm going to, on this blue box, use the fly in, pause, and fly out command. So I'm going to hit Apply, and notice that it's created our frames here so that it comes in and it groups them together, and then it sends it off the stage. Next, let me click another one and do kind of bouncing motion here. Bounce in 3D. See, and we can see a preview of it here. So I'm going to hit Apply to that. Let's see if okay. Fine. And then let's do something else with our pentagon here. How about a pulse? Let's see what else there is. We could spiral it around. Notice that it's previewing here. Swish. Yeah, that's pretty exciting. Let's do that. So I'm going to hit Apply, and let's hit Enter and see what happens. Okay. Let's take the stage on the right here under Properties and click color here. Try yellow, hit Enter, and see how everything looks. Okay, fine. So Control Enter to export a Swift movie, and that'll just play over and over again. So you can see you can use bitmaps to animate some of these simple 3D presets, or we could use vector shapes that we draw. You could go over to Illustrator and create something even more interesting and then import it onto the stage and animate that. So that's it. See you in the next video.